Representative Townsend, describe the qualities that make you the ideal candidate for the Arizona legislature to represent the voters of Legislative District 16, including Apache Junction and Gold Canyon.
Thank you. And voters, I think what I like to say I'm most proud of is my tenacity and ability to get things done. When I take on a project, I usually complete it. It's usually victorious, and I give everything I have on that project. And so I have a good track record, and that's something I'm very proud of. I'm also very concerned about the citizens themselves. As a mother of 2 adult children and 1 16-year-old, and I'm also a widow, I know the struggles that the folks go through, and I'm empathetic, not just sympathetic. And so I can approach you guys from that perspective and understanding that there's a lot more than just numbers on a chart. And then finally, my accessibility. I try to make myself as open to you as possible. I let my cell phone out. I'm on Facebook, all the social media. There's 260,000 of you guys. It's impossible to get to everybody all the time, but I want to be open for you and hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Sharon.
I think dedication to wanting to make things better than when you found them is probably one of my vision statements for my life. But I also think that as a leader, you need to serve those people that you lead, to listen to them and to understand where they're coming from, to try to walk in their shoes a little bit. As a trained educational counselor, I've had a lot of practice in listening. But I also think that qualities that make the ideal candidate would include being able to build relationships with people so that you are not always on an adversarial footing. If we're going to find common ground, we need to find common interests, and that takes communication and being able to reach out to each other. And finally, I think being focused. I'm a person that likes to clean up messes, and I don't stop until I'm done.
Thank you, Sharon. John?
I think the quality that I have that is of benefit to Apache Junction and Gold Canyon is, first of all, you don't get a lot of verbose generalities from me. You get precise action. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to lie, and if you don't like what I say, that's too bad. We can discuss it. If you can convince me that you are right, I will change, because I can learn even at my age. But the fact of the matter is that we have a lot of people that we have to satisfy. We have a lot of parents that want their kids educated. We have teachers that want to educate. And we have people in Gold Canyon, retirees, that say, I already paid the money, you need to watch my money. And I'll be dinged if I'm just going to give you a blank check. So what you get in me is someone that is willing to talk, willing to listen, and willing to put everything on the table, and let's discuss it and get a plan of action that works.
Thank you, John. Doc?
Okay, I think my qualities would be integrity and representation and personal responsibility. Integrity. If we're going to be representing people, we have to have integrity for it. We can't not go to the Capitol and use our position to make ourselves financially more stable or pass our own ideology on, regardless of the constituents. Personal responsibility is a big one for me. If I'm doing good, then I accept that responsibility. If I'm doing bad, I accept that responsibility. I don't blame it on other people. I don't expect other people to take the rap for something that I've done wrong. What was the other one? I'm trying to rush through it.
Lack of memory.
Yeah,
These are your qualities.
So, those are the big ones. Personal responsibility and integrity.
Thank you, Scott. Carol?
Well, I want to actually try to be a voice for people that either feel that they can't or don't know how about doing it. I mean, there's a lot of people that are struggling in many different ways, and I don't know. I don't have a problem standing up to special interest, politicians, profiteers. I mean, just being a voice. This is where Scott and I have lived for the last 18 years. It kind of matters. It's our home. Seeing people struggling and then not being able to do something about it, or not at least being able to guide them to be able to help them, it's just kind of a crappy feeling.
Thank you, Kara. Adam?
I think the biggest quality is the fact that having worked and owned a business in this community, understanding what working families are going through, understanding the concerns of my neighbors, and specifically in Apache Junction, Gold Canyon, talking about education. I'm a product of a school choice education. I've been both through public schools, private schools, our state's community college system, as well as our university system. So from just about every angle you can see in the trenches the issue of education. I've just about been there. And I think that you can't fake experience, and if you're going to solve these problems, no matter how high you raise your hand to take that oath to become a representative, you can't drink enough from that fire hose unless you've been there. And so understanding the needs of our business community with the workforce, I think we need someone who's been there.
Senator Farnsworth.
You know, I'm going to broaden things a little. When we pledge allegiance to the flag, we don't pledge to the democracy, we pledge to the republic for which it stands. I think that's a very key point. I believe that the Constitution of the United States was inspired by God, and that it was put in place to limit government. The proper role of government is to protect the liberty of the people. And government is out of control on all levels, the federal, the state, the local. We are losing our freedom because we've lost sight of the proper role of government. So I see my role is protecting property rights and liberty of the people.